Hi and welcome to my channel. So the UK currently has more companies licensed to recruit overseas workers or to give visa sponsorship to overseas workers than any time in the history of this country. This may sound like something very interesting, but also if you're out of the UK looking for visa sponsorship opportunities to move to the UK, or you're already in the UK looking for visa sponsorship to switch, it may be a very daunting process trying to find out which company is legit and what is what. And so if you're new to my channel, you're welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate your time. Hit the subscribe button below because you want to be the first person that is notified every single day when I drop a new video on here. Look, I read an article that was praising the fact that more companies are recruiting overseas workers than ever before. But let me tell you something, getting to know the legit companies is really tough. And out of all those companies, there are few companies that literally own all of the contracts, that legally have jobs to recruit overseas workers, and that when you are recruited by these companies, you actually have a job. And that's what I'm going to be telling you in today's video, because so many people are spending time applying for jobs through companies that neither have contracts nor have anything to offer. So you don't want to fall trap on this trap, and you don't want to become a victim. So share this video with your friends, loved ones that you know that are interested and enthusiastic about this UK journey, so that they are aware of this, because there are certain things that may seem at first sight like good, but actually it makes life very challenging. And I say this from a place of experience because for over 5 years, I have been supporting people to apply for jobs in the UK. Long before carer visas and the carer job saga came into place, we have been doing this, because I'm one of those people that have been doing this like forever, because I relocated to the UK myself 13 years ago, was working as a carer in a nursing home, studied nursing and all of that. So I'm long in this game, and I'm telling you, from a place of experience and from a place that I deal with these things every single day. And so you definitely want to make sure you watch this video till the very end. If you need support applying for visa sponsorship jobs, you've got dependents or not, you want NHS jobs, that's the most secure job. I always say this very openly. You're looking for career progression opportunities in the UK, because for me, it's not just about getting to the UK, it's maximizing the opportunities so that we can work less, earn a lot of money, and retire early. We're not in this country to suffer. I mean, there are many people that are suffering in the UK than they were back home. I'm like, what is the point? You need to maximize the opportunities. You've spent so much money to be here, use it. So if you need help, you need guidance, you need one-to-one support with all of that process, check the comment section below. You're going to see my contact details there. You can contact me, on WhatsApp at your earliest convenience. You're also going to see my email address. You can email me. You also see my newsletters free to join, so that I send those opportunities and those jobs directly to your amazing inbox, because you've got apprenticeships, which you get paid to work and study at the same time. Currently, they're open for social work. They're open for midwifery. They're open for nursing. They're open for people that want to train as pharmacy technicians. They're open for people that want to train as radiographers, both clinical, non-clinical opportunities. These are the sorts of things you want to focus on, not coming to the UK to earn peanuts for the rest of your entire journey. I always feel like, what's the point? But anyway, that's not really something that I want to dwell on too much for today's video. So these companies, that have been added onto the list, what is really going on with them? As you know, because of the abuse, that has gone on with this whole carer visa thing, there's been a lot of water that has spilled under the bridge, I tell you. There are thousands of people currently in the UK that have received deportation letters and deportation notices because they came to the UK through companies that are not legit. These companies are licensed to recruit overseas workers. Some of them even have CQC registration, but the problem is they've got no contracts. And by the way, where are you watching from? Drop a comment in the comment section below. Which country are you in at the moment? It lets me try to tailor my content so that it's more helpful for you. If there's anything you would like more information about, just drop that in the comment section below. I'm more than happy to provide more details, because if I know what you want, it's easier to kind of meet you halfway. So drop a comment in the comment section. Which country are you from, and which UK jobs or pathways are you interested in? Because there are so many pathways, but some of them are just like not worth it. So I'll be checking the comment section to join you there. With some of these companies, by the way, how then do you get to identify those companies that are legit and those companies that have the potential to have contracts? Because this is one of the challenges that people have from overseas. One thing I'll say also is looking at those applications, where are you searching for jobs as well? It matters. Indeed is one of the most common websites where people find jobs. I personally don't like Indeed. And by the way, to tell me that you're following through with this, I would like to drop a comment in the comment section. Indeed. Just write the word indeed in the comment section, and it tells me that you're following through with this conversation. And indeed, you are absorbing the information that I'm giving. So, Indeed is the most common website where people find jobs, but it is the website with the highest level of scam and the highest level of deceit. And the reason for that is anybody can put a vacancy on Indeed. So you and I can just wake up. I could go now and put a vacancy on there saying that I'm recruiting staff with visa sponsorship and all of that, and you don't even pay to do that. So you need to be aware that these are, not every vacancy that you see online is legit. So you need to do your due diligence. What's the vacancy like? Is it too good to be true? Because let me tell you, if something is too good to be true, it probably isn't true. That's how it is. So you need to do your research. It's not just a matter of throwing in your CV anywhere, because that's what people are doing. Can I have a link? Can I have a link everywhere, every day? You throw in your application there and then wait and hope that somebody contacts you. No. Do your research well. How can you do the research? Check out the website, of the organization. For example, with me, I do have a private career coaching program where I offer one-to-one guidance with jobs in the UK, career progression within, nursing, getting into nursing, getting carer jobs, and getting NHS jobs and all of that. Because of my experience, doing that and doing these jobs myself as well. But if you look at my, on my YouTube channel, for example, I put my contact details very openly. I talk about them as well. I'm open about the fact that I've got a private career coaching program. If you check on my channel, you're going to see how much it costs. You see what it entails. You see the options. If you contact me, I will tell you the same thing. If you go on my website, you're going to see all the details. Everything is consistent and I'm very open about it. And the prices are there and those are some of the things that, like, that kind of transparency is very helpful. And I know that there are some people that they're just like, oh, you can message me privately to get the details and things like that. Personally, I like when everything is just open and transparent and you're like, hey, this is what I'm offering to you. This is how much I charge. This is how long it's going to be. And this is what you're going to get. That's what I like to get as a client, as a customer, as a human being. And that's why I offer. So with some of these companies, there is no legit company in the UK that does not have a website and all of that. But I'm not saying that when you have a website, it means you're legit. No, it's just part of that branding and it's all part of your research. Again, one of the things you can do is how to write the vacancies. There are some of these vacancies that when I see personally with my experience in nursing, in healthcare in the UK, in recruitment as well, I just see that and I think this does not look legit because some of them even have like spelling errors. They're even using words that you wouldn't use in healthcare to even describe a patient. You know what I mean? Those are signs. But to see those signs, you two need to be very good. Also, with some of these companies, when you write to them, they'll be like, hey, I want you to do XYZ course. Can you do this? Things like that. No legit company will do that. They look at your CV, they either shortlist you for interview or they don't. They don't say to you, can you go do this first? Can you go contact this? Can you do this? They don't do any of that. You know why? Because they don't have the time to be doing that. They've got no time to do that. They're looking for a healthcare assistant. They want somebody who is there, ready, has the qualifications that they want, and they recruit them. That's the process. So you need to make sure that you're doing your research. That's what I'm trying to say, because most of them are not legit. Also, the Workers Watchdog, in fact, 2 days ago, they actually dropped this piece of research that they did, and they found that 177 companies that are currently licensed to recruit overseas workers with CQC registration have never even had a single contract. So those companies have recruited thousands of overseas workers, but since they have existed, they have never had one single contract. You can ask yourself, if they have recruited thousands of overseas workers, where are these people? And the challenge, by the way, some people always say, Melvis, if all these people are in the UK already, why aren't they just getting the jobs? Let me tell you, you need to know how to apply for jobs. If you're in the UK and you don't know how to apply for those jobs, you don't know what they need, you're not able to articulate beautifully what the expectations are from this job, you will not get the job. That's the problem. And the thing is, when you come to this country and you've not applied for jobs legally, to go through that interview process, to know what it's about, it's very difficult when you get here. Because the stress from all the bills, the stress from the rent, the stress knowing that your employer has no job for you, the stress being at home, idle, doing nothing. It's not even like back home where you can go out, you can stroll, you can have a good time. Here, everybody minds their own business. Everybody's indoors, work, school, home. That's the kind of routine that many people live. They have parties, but you cannot be going out for parties every day, and they're only during weekends anyway. So these people end up very angry, very frustrated. That frustration makes it even more difficult to get a job. And that's why I keep coming here and saying, look, if you're still back home, you're not yet in the UK, if you're considering any of these funny pathways to come to the UK, take my advice, don't. Apply for jobs legally. If it takes you 1 year to get to the UK, let it take 1 year. But you know that you're coming to this country to start a life. You're coming to this country in a good way. If it takes you 2 years, please keep applying for jobs. Learn the processes. I have shared lots of videos on here on jobs that are recruiting, what they need, how to apply, and all of that. Lots of people share amazing content on social media. I mean, it's not just about me. There's a lot of information everywhere. Take your time, go through that information, do your own research, and apply for jobs the right way. This is why you see that there are many people in the UK who cannot find jobs, and there are people from home coming here with COS to work for NHS and really good companies. But people that are already, because the fact that you're physically in the UK, I tell you, nobody's going to employ you out of pity. You need to know what you're doing, because the legit employers want the best candidates, rightfully so. And when I'm saying this, drop a comment in the comment section below and say, Melvis, I'll follow the process, because there are processes for a reason. And UK, you don't want to take shortcuts, because it's going to catch up with you at some point. It will catch up with you at some point. It is not worth it. And when it does catch up with you and you're already here, I tell you, it is a very messy affair. Like I said, thousands and thousands of people are now in this predicament. They are stuck in the UK. People that don't have relatives, many of them have gone back because they can't even afford to be here. Those who have relatives are staying with their relatives, sitting at home every day, going through a really tough time. Let me tell you, you need to make hay while the sun shines. You need to think smart, make the right decisions from day one. Put in work and effort. Even people that are in my coaching program, I always say there is no easy pathway. And I think because of the carer visa, people were paying to get a COS to come to the UK. It became as though it's very easy to come to the UK. But the right pathway has always been that you apply for jobs, you do an interview, and you come to the UK that way. That's the norm. Personally, that's what I've always done. I stick to that. If you contact me and say, Melvis, I need to move to the UK. If you're out, I'll say to you, you need to apply for jobs. That's the pathway. If you contact me and you're in the UK, I'll say to you, that's a pathway. The path does not change whether you're in the UK or out. It doesn't change. It's the same process. It's the process that is just one way. That's what I'm saying. So please be careful. Do things the right way. Things are going to catch up with you. Do a lot of research. If you're someone who's doing things the right way, we don't need to go talking more about that. You will know. If you've come to the UK in a way that isn't quite legit, as well. And it's for you to watch this video and make sure you do the right thing. If you're already in the UK and your company doesn't have hours and all of that, you know what to do. Apply for jobs and move ASAP, which means fast, quick, and now, before the Home Office catches up with your company. So those are the sort of things you want to be doing. If you're still back home, please focus and apply through those companies that are good, that are legit, because it's going to take you time to get to the UK. That's the truth, but you're going to get here the good way. That's what I'm always saying. It takes longer to do things the right way, but you're only going to be adding on that knowledge and progressing in your career, which is rightfully why we are coming to this country and why we should be here. So do your research, check out the companies well, and make sure that, have you got dependents? Does that job allow dependents? Those are the sorts of things you need to be thinking about. I hope you found this useful, by the way. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button below, because you want to be updated every day. But if you need one-to-one guidance, obviously, check the comment section below. You're going to see my contact details. If you're one of those people that want to do things the right way, then yes, you can contact me. Because I'm only interested in less than 1% of people here. I always say this, and that's true, because most people don't want to do things the right way. They're like, hey, Melvis, I need to be in the UK in 2 weeks' time. And I'm going to say to you, no, I can't support you, because these processes take time. So I do appreciate your time to check this out here.